Well, there's no mishap. Who's playing tonight is Mike Richmond or Mike Redmond. Yeah, there might be a mishap, it looks like. Mike Redmond versus Brent Baker. I guess when you're getting back to things, you're going to have a mishapper here or two. William Stewart here with USA Dart Productions, joined by Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. Now we're caught up in a limbo here, bud.
Man, well, listen, it is a pleasure first and foremost to have you back, and I have to make that perfectly clear that I loved being with Nick on Monday, but my goodness, I'm telling you, the mishaps that we have are special.
Oh man, that was a good one, and I got so worked up and saying what I was getting ready to say, I screwed it up. So that's how it is. I'm getting back into things here as we come back all the way from the Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from that Booyah Cup, which is a lot of fun. But I'm ready for this one. As it's the CSC Challenger Series, Division number 2, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. We got a doozy of a match here. Couple guys with some identical averages, 3.86 and 3.77. What do you think about this match, man?
Yeah, Mike Redmond, originally from Michigan, but now lives in Phoenix, Arizona, playing out of the Bull Shooter Bar, which I knew from a couple years ago. It's a crazy big bar with a lot of interesting things going on. And then you have Brent Baker from St. Peters, Missouri, right outside St. Louis, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Right outside of St. Louis, it's like a suburb, I believe.
Oh, nice. Well,
Yeah,
I looked it up actually because I'm weird. It is one of the top 10 places to live if you live in Missouri. So
yeah,
there you go.
nice little area of town. I know this the place that he's playing out of South 94 Bistros. Pretty nice little bar there for dart players. They have a super cricket league that they do there that gets pretty crazy with some crazy payouts there from Jacob Southard. So yeah, should be a. I wonder if I think Britt might be a part of that. Maybe we'll. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure he is if he's from that area of town.
Yeah, man. And it's going to be a great battle. You said it yourself, almost identical averages. They are separated by zero point zero 0.09 MPR for the tournament. Um, we've had back-to-back matches now where we've gone to a last leg decider, and I'm just fully expecting pretty much all of these to be wires now. Like go down to the end. Who's going to have that bottle in the last leg? Who's going to have that bottle to close out legs? Because that was important last Division Two matchup between Tito Martinez and Ryan Crawley. Tito closed out the matches. Ryan couldn't, and that was the end of the day. The difference between the two players.
Certainly came down to that Monday night. I was a little upset that I missed that one with Scuba Steve Diker and Mr. Johnny Lackey, Mr. Handsome Toe the Aki. And man, I got to tell you, that was a barn burner match coming down to the nitty gritty and 9-8 victory there for Johnny Lackey. Pretty impressive stuff. And I enjoyed you guys. I listened back to it. You and Nick were going at it. I enjoyed that one too. Young Nick behind the mic. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. No 110% that time, I guess. Just a couple.
Yeah, when they were thrown in there, it was on accident instead of on purpose, or it was on purpose instead of on accident, I guess is what I mean to say there. But, um, dude, can we talk for a second about how many awesome references Nick doesn't know?
I know, right? That is just well, when I tuned in and he was talking about not or maybe catching a shower before his interviews, I knew that we were in for a doozy of a night.
You
So
guys
hey,
are
that's how it goes.
aware I can still hear you this entire time, right? Like, just because I'm in the background doesn't mean I can't hear you.
Nick, that is why we're doing what we're doing right now. It wouldn't be as
Oh,
much fun if we thought you weren't listening.
well, if that's the case, then carry on.
My
Carry
goodness.
on, carry on.
Again, Brent Baker, Mike Redmond. It's it's going to be a good battle. It's going to be a heavy battle on the loser side here. The winner of this gets to play Travis Wallace, who's averaging almost a 4 right now in the CSC Division 2. So tough battle coming to whoever wins this one, but the battle tonight's going to be pretty tough. And again, I think what it's going to come down to, who can finish out the legs. Those 16s, 15s, bowls are going to be huge tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be who can take those out and who can maybe make a stand because that 20 or maybe that 18 could be open and maybe they just take the wrecking ball to those 16s and maybe fight their way back into it. It should be some tough darts here. I think there's going to be some good looks. There's going to be some dicey matches here. I'm certainly excited as we go work our way through the bracket here. Once these guys finish off here, they'll play Travis Wallace. We got Chris Watson, Mark Mears, Cody Drager sitting there waiting for those two guys.
Yeah, and man, I would hate to be either of those two guys knowing that they're going to fight their butt off tonight for the opportunity to take on honestly one of the favorites of the tournament who's already on the loser side here. Cody's a fantastic dart player. Whoever ends up having to face him, it's going to be tough sledding for them. And we'll see what happens. If you move down a little bit, Christopher Hunter lost the first match, but has battled through a couple here to have the opportunity to play against Tito Martinez, who we saw last week can make things difficult on his opponent, to say the least.
Yeah, he certainly can. When he gets to point in there, it's going to be a difficult affair for Christopher Hunter, and Jimmy Sullivan's going to be awaiting the winner of that one as we work our way down. Jamie DeGroot coming over John Pilgrim, a man who I met this weekend. Pretty nice guy. And Jeremiah Berger. So that should be an interesting matchup there. As we go on over to the winner's side of things, Daryl Cortez taking on Corey Jensen. That's an exciting affair. I think Corey may be one to kind of deal with here. If I'm kind of reading things right, we'll see how that one goes. But these two guys up above him, Jim Nolte, Larry Keith, you got an update score line there? I think we were hearing that before we went live.
It was 7-7. I know it's right down to it. I can tell you that much.
8-7 at the moment, or 8-8. They're going to tiebreaker. I just got a text as I got on mic there. So 8-8. We're not sure who we got going there yet, but we'll have to wait and see.
That's what we like to see here in this CSC Challenger Series.
Man, how about
Partners Promoting Darts?
How about John Pilgrim? Played very first week on our stream, was super impressive. He's out of this tournament. I mean, we're at this level now, guys. Daryl Cortez is averaging a 4.5. Larry Keith a 4.47. We knew that was going to be quite the battle between the two of them when that does eventually happen. Christopher Hunter on the loser side, who's rolled through the loser side, a 4.39. So maybe I was wrong. I think if he moves through, Cody Drager might be the one that's not really excited to play against him. But I'm telling you, these shots are fantastic in Division 2. Division 1 is going lights out crazy as well. Still with 5 guys well above a 5.0 average in Division 1.
As we popped on over to our game screen, Brent Baker was just taking a seat here, getting ready for this one.
Yep. We have 2 looks for you. This is the bull shooter, where Mike Redmond's playing out of. Nick would be the first to tell you that it is as clear looking as it is going to get as far as the board goes, because for some reason it's fixed, right? It's a fixed focus, or something's different.
Real quick before we get going, we got a little stars party going on our Facebook page, I guess. Appreciate those stars coming in. We don't do that often, but yeah, every little bit counts. Appreciate that.
Yeah, guys, thank you.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and like and follow our page, definitely do so. We're trying to bump up to that 10,000 mark. We definitely appreciate the support. Every little bit counts.
Oh, absolutely. The support's fantastic. We saw Ryan Crawley actually gave us some stars here. We saw him play last week against Tito Martinez on the stream. All of the players that are in the chat right now, that's what I love to see the most, honestly, and I don't know if you agree with that. That tells you that we're doing something right to where the players enjoy watching the stream.
Yeah, exactly. I see Mr. Mike Maloney saying, good night to you. Still catching up from the weekend. Haha. Will, just on zombie mode, probably lip syncing as well. That's just about right. I was just telling, these boys are asking me if I was all right. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just still recovering from that long weekend.
Mike Redmond got the start here, and I want to make that get that going before I get back into that conversation, because I'm going to go back to it. But it's a race to 9, all cricket. If this is your first time joining us here, it's a beautiful format. Loser starts. Unless they get down by more than 3 legs, then the person who is down 3 or more legs will continue to go first. And look at that from Brent Baker. He made that look easy to start off. That looks smooth. But, all right, let's go back to our first conversation, right? Because it's hilarious. You, like, turned it on. I mean, it went live, and you're like, and how's everybody? Like, before that, you were like, yeah, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Like, your performance, man, wonderful. Hats off to you, sir, for that.
Hey, once you go live, you got to kick it in gear. Go ahead, Nick.
For the record here, I just want to say, when you were talking so quiet in the pre-show, as soon as we went live, I had to turn down all your settings so fast. I was like, oh, he's ready to go. I was scrambling. I don't know if anybody could tell, but I was panicking at that.
Hey, when it comes showtime, you got to be amped, ready to go. That's how it was this past weekend, and it was impossible not to get amped with the players in the room. Just like here in the CSC Challenger Series, it's hard not to be amped for these quality darts that we see here every Monday and Wednesday night, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. This is what we're going to see the rest of the way here. We're going to have this one. We got to finish up off our Division 1, Division 2, and I think we're going to kick it right back in gear with another one too. So we're going to have the action coming your way. Like I said, give us a like, give us a follow. Stay right here on the PPD page.
Yeah, and I can't tell you, it is music to my ears when I hear we're going to be turning it pretty much right around and get going again, because no matter how tired I am on Monday nights, on Wednesday nights, this always energizes me. It's always fun to see. It's always a great time. And hopefully the chat agrees with me here. Our supporters are amazing. They tune in with us all the time. It's awesome. I can't tell you. Your stream, by the way, this weekend, dude, was awesome.
Man, I gotta tell you, I was just honored to be in that room and to show off that quality affair. And it was definitely apparent that the viewers appreciated it. It was nice to meet a few people from the PPD per se and the CSC Challenger Series. Nice to shake some individuals' hand and get that going. But yeah, it was definitely a great time, man. I'm just, you always cross your fingers and hope nothing goes wrong, and we got away with another one,
I know exactly what you're talking about. And before we get too far into this, I want to let everyone know that the CSC Challenger Series is sponsored by A to Z Darts. And A to Z Darts is best known for their large selection of dart brands and accessories. They have over 14,000 screw items on their website, a-zdarts.com, stored in an 11,000 square foot facility in Sacramento, California. People travel from all over the country to visit their brick and mortar storefront, where they have over 900 different barrels on display to try out in person and thousands more online. Don't forget to take advantage of their category filters to narrow down your search, since they carry so much. And just by leaving a comment in our chat, letting us know where you're tuning in from, where you are, who you're rooting for, you are going to be entered into an A to Z Darts giveaway for a $15 gift certificate to their website. It can be used on any product seen on the website and combined with any special. Use it towards a $45 purchase to qualify for free shipping in the continental U.S. And it's as good as straight cash, homie.
Love it. A-to-zdarts.com. Can't beat it. Hey, how's it going, sir? Thanks for joining us here.
Yes, sir, Mr. AE. Good to see you from the couch.
Hey, as we kind of look at this, I just kind of want to mention as we jump on over to Mike's point of view, I can't tell if this is just kind of the angle we got here, but it's a little bit of a unique throw that he's got here. It kind of goes outside, back in, cocks right to his eye, and then straight forward.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of step in.
Yeah, it's an interesting move to see an elbow tuck in before the dart's released. It's one that I have tried to do before, as I'm always tinkering with my throw to try and make me better at darts or good at darts, and it does not go well for me. So the fact that he has figured it out. But yeah, he pulls it back and drags that elbow in a little bit before he throws the dart. And here it goes. Boom goes the dynamite. Mike Redmond, all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, getting that one done. The first on the board, guys.
First of many, we hope. Take a look here. At Mike Redmond's point of view. But yeah, the South 94 Bistro is where Brent Baker's playing out of in St. Peters, Missouri. I got to tell you, they got a whopping event there on those Monday nights. Super Cricket League is what it's called. Little, it's a unique game that they got going on there. I fully don't understand it. But yeah, they got some big payouts they got going on there. The bar really supports it. So big shout out to South 94 Bistro in St. Peters. Be
Yeah,
nice
absolutely.
here.
Look at that from Brent Baker. Takes out leg one and gives a little celebration.
Ooh, looky there.
I don't know if I love it or hate it. And the reason why I say that, of course, is because it is a race to 9. One leg on the board. It's good to get fired up, but he might want to rein it in just a touch because it's got a long way to go.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's got a long way to go. You can use that as your little advantage per se, as we see Gerwin Price do many of times on the PDC tour and many others. But yeah, you can't get too crazy with it, as it can really hurt you in certain times too. If you get a little bit too worked up, heart rate starts beating a little bit faster. All of a sudden, you find yourself in a tight situation where maybe you only hit a 1 or 2 mark when you should have hit a 7 mark.
Yeah, and okay, so we have some insider information from before, because sometimes we're watching when you don't know we're watching. But Brent did not average like this in a league match that he played earlier tonight, and he has since found something pretty impressive and something that he is very comfortable and what's the word I'm looking for? He's excited about it because he's not throwing at numbers that he should be throwing at technically. He tried to go for the close on 2 darts there on the 19s, which can be a bold move, Cotton.
It certainly can be a bold move. Let's see what he does here. I think the smart play myself, open up those 18s
all day,
or just close them out.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to hit a trip on the first dart, then do that, obviously.
Yeah, I think you try to. Go ahead, sir.
I have a little update for you guys on that Jim Nolte match versus Larry Keith. Looks like it came down to Jim Nolte missing 3 bowls for the win, and Larry Keith comes out on top 9-8.
Wow, what a doozy! What a doozy!
There you go, and that's how quickly the turntables can turn, right?
All right, Michael Scott.
And a 5 mark there from Brent, but you're seeing it here. This leg has kind of shifted a little bit. Mike Redmond getting a lot of 18s last time up, and now has the bigger number and a point lead.
Going to work here on those 18s. Look at that. Nice hefty 6 mark there to extend his point lead. What is that going to be? 123? Math, that's why.
That was more impressive than I could have done, so thank you for being here. As we get up,
Look at that.
Dynamite. Brent Baker trying to regain control. He needed to do that just to feel comfortable with some sort of point lead. Uh-oh.
Got something, but let's see. Yeah, big, nice triple 18 there.
That was an interesting one. Do you see the head was there for quite a long time as he walked towards the board?
Hey, I know that one. We had that one this weekend as well. Little quick dart action.
Happens to the best of us.
You know, it definitely does. Definitely does.
Especially when you're running 2 different camera systems, and one of them is completely in line, and the other one is doing your little fast dart thing. But honestly, I don't even know what you do about that. If I'm being honest with you.
You try everything in the world and then you still fail. So
Hey.
Still the work continues here. But hey, it's always work here for the PPD. We're always trying to advance, trying to get better.
Yeah, and you know what? The beautiful thing is you know exactly what will make it better next time. You don't have to question it. and dig deep on those like, little tiny things or anything.
Same thing about our dart games. You kind of hopefully know what to fix for the next time, and you work on those little things before your next match. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And again, no one even would have brought up any part of like the fast start thing that you're talking about here. You and I talk about it just because we're knowledgeable on that type of stuff because we both do it. But no one else would have noticed that, and the stream was beautiful. So who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just the gist of it here is look at this. We've seen a little bit of an advantage here for Brent Baker, 2-point advantage. We got to see a big dart here from Mike Redmond.
There it is.
Gets it, but it's only a small lead here. And Brent's got the bigger number, so this will be interesting.
Watching from Tacoma, Washington. Love to hear that. All the way out there on the West Coast, buddy. We are coast to coast this evening because Anthony Eugenia is in New York.
Name I see quite often on the USA Dart streams. Appreciate that.
That's amazing.
Look at this.
Oh, wow. Almost got it done. Man, you want to talk about a back and forth punching fest here. We've had 3 different lead changes in this leg.
This is great darts here. 4.56 and a 4.4, now 4.30. But yeah, some back and forth battles here.
I love these type of matches. It doesn't matter the averages if the match is like this. And these averages are above average too, which was not trying to be a pun, but it definitely was there.
Yeah, they're about well over half a mark average higher than their current average.
Which, as a player who very rarely will sometimes throw that much above because they're on for that day, it might frustrate me if my opponent is also just doing the same thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, that does make sense. Mike Redmond here, though, puts it to bed. 4.25 there in this second leg of action. This race to 9.
Race to 9, CSC Challenger Series. Man, just think about this. It could go 15 more legs. We could have 15 more legs tonight of viewing pleasure of watching cricket darts. I cannot wait.
Isn't that amazing?
I cannot wait.
Only right here on the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. I just can't get enough, man. I can't get enough. I'm so upset I missed Monday night.
You know what? I had my baby, my wife had our baby, and I was in the hospital room passing out. But I was upset to miss that night too. I understand. I get it. It's almost like a FOMO experience, especially when the darts are that good.
Exactly. I mean, when it's just dicey back and forth battles, and exactly what we're getting here. Look at this stuff.
Boom! Big dart there from Brent Baker. 7 mark. And again, we're just going to see these shifts happen in the middle of legs. We've already seen a couple of them in this one. Oh, wire there. As we head back to Brent. Has been feeling it.
Take another one here. Yeah, just a single though. 3 singles.
We'll
close it.
Yeah, what I'm liking about Brent's demeanor is he's making the singles look simple. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes making the singles look simple lets you know how well you're feeling.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is those singles just to kind of to fall sometimes and just advance that next number. But look at this big closure here over to the 18s. Tries to get that triple just on the outside. Gets that single mark, though. It's got a nice 104 lead.
Yeah.
Mike's going to have to hit 2 big triples here and then move over. Let's see if he can do that. Oh.
He got 2 of them, but he could not move over. And Brent here just needs 120 to take the point lead back, and then he can kind of free range over at the 18s for 2 marks. Yep.
Exactly. Smart move. I mean, why not go ahead and take a chance there? You got the big number. That's the advantage.
Yep. It's always the advantage. And especially when it's 4 numbers away from the next highest number that it could be.
Hmm. Yeah, you're talking about a big whopping 12-point triple advantage there.
Every time. Every dart. And he only gets 1 trip 16. So Brent again with a little bit of space to attack if he wants to. So you talked about Mike's throw. Talk about Brent's throw with us. He's a little bit more of a pusher.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. We'll wait till it kind of gets back in view to kind of discuss here. But yeah, I think I've seen Brent's throw actually once or twice in person. I want to say he was at ADA. I want to say it was at Shark Tank, I believe. But yeah, he kind of extends that elbow out just a little bit, as you'll see here. Kind of just in that beginning.
Yep, and he has almost a flick motion in his follow-through. Or at least he did for the 15s. I think it looked different on the 20s, but I don't know if I'm just overanalyzing now. But Mike here, again, if you're looking at this, he shifted control right back to himself after Brent led pretty handily through the first portion of this leg. And he just gets it right back.
Advantage. What advantage?
I'm telling you, this is how this match is going to be tonight, guys. Hit that share button for us. Let people know we're about to have a back-and-forth cricket battle for a long period of time. And look at this. A double bull wins it. And that wasn't correct, but it made you feel better about it.
Here's the Sean Green.
Every once in a while, I like to pull my own move, you know? And Brent,
wow.
he's closing these matches.
You see the fist pump there, too.
What are you talking about? That was a toot. That wasn't a... Gave a little toot toot. The train's coming through, bud.
Just a little bit of one there. Why not?
These legs are shifting so hard on the end of them.
Well, we mentioned at the very beginning. I mean, this is exactly kind of where this CSC Division 2 is kind of we've seen in the past as well as the 16s and 15s can really play a hand on a shift in each and every leg.
Yeah, and there's the first mistake by Mike. Brent will most likely take advantage of it. And he doesn't quite do that, but it makes Mike go with the 19s first, at least. Do you do that every time? Will you ever try to follow and close the 20s first?
I don't know. That's a difficult play. I mean, it depends. Depends. I think with 2 marks on the 20s, I always go down to the 19s myself.
Okay.
But 1, yeah, I think you attack it. That's the steel tip advantage, and I think people always say like, no, it doesn't matter if there's only 2 marks, you attack no matter what. That the steel tip side of me says I'm gonna go after that 19 and hopefully get the big mark.
Yeah, I agree with you, but there is a little part of you sometimes that when you miss that first start on the single 19 into the 7s or the 3s, like you just saw from Mike Redmond actually, with his decision to go 19s first, it makes you rethink going 20s with the last 2 darts, and that can be just it's something that you can fall into doing that, if that makes sense.
Definitely. Get you there.
These guys.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Mike Redmond has a pretty steady though. He's pretty consistent with the same rhythm here with that unique throw of his.
Yeah, and I actually, if I'm Brent and I can see his demeanor of Mike, I'm almost worried because it seems like Mike is throwing a good dart and knows that it should be in that triple, and it's just not falling in. So either he's right there on the cusp of throwing fantastic darts, or he can't really feel his typical trip. Because he seems almost surprised when he's missing trips.
That one.
That was an interesting move to go to the 20 on the second dart.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might come back to bite him.
And I certainly agree here. Is look, Brent's going to go ahead and close it, go back up, peg 2, 160, 144.
There you go, Tim Ostreicher. We got some Wisconsinites watching along with us.
I got to tell you, I think that's just a big supporter of ours here is those Wisconsin people. I saw it this weekend on the chats and went back and saw all the reaches, and Wisconsin was on my number one every single stream. They were just loving the content.
Well, there's a lot of them. That's a big dart community, and it's a fantastic dart community from everything that I've seen. And I get friend requests from a lot of people now from the Wisconsin area that are just mutual friends with a lot of other Wisconsin darters, and I love it.
They got a big event coming up here, Whammo, in May. Get ready, Wisconsin.
There you go. Whammo is a pretty good, big shot throw. Whammo!
Whammo!
It is really close
goodness.
to whammy. You're right.
I was thinking of Anchorman.
Yeah, I know. Whammy!
Whammy!
Well, this is what you're going to get all night long here at the CSC Challenger Series. We're going to go back and forth with references that we both understand and acknowledge because we are good people.
We're old enough to understand is the thing. Some of us are just young bucks in the background.
Yeah, apparently if the movie's made after 2012, it's too old.
Hey, it's better to be a young buck than a Joe buck. That's what I say.
Nobody wants a Joe Buck.
I'll take Joe Buck money.
Oh my goodness. We're all set for nightmarish Monday nights here.
Oh, and we're
on
while we're doing all that. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Brent is now took out that one again. Nice. A little shift there, about halfway through.
And again, a little pump of the fist, right up in the air.
You know what? The more and more that I see him doing that, the more and more I like that he's doing that. If he just did it that first leg and then, wasn't doing it again, that'd be cause for concern for me. But the fact that he continuously is that animated, that's a good way to be. That's more Gerwin Price-esque, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, for sure. You'll be able to tell here soon in our interviews because watching them beforehand, you could really tell that Brent is excited here to be on the stream. He wants to put on a good show. I think Mike is the same way. They both have been kind of in contact with each other. They're both well aware that they're on streams. So, they're wanting to put on a good one for you. Let's see if they can.
Yeah, they were so well aware that they were more well aware before we were well aware that they were going to be on stream. Katie Runk says, did you see Joe Buck on The Masked Singer?
No, I didn't, and I'm surprised by the comment above that. Melinda, come on, Melinda. No, I'm just kidding. Teach their own. Teach their own.
See what Mike can do in these positions. Look at how scrappy this leg is. God, I love it. I love it so much. 0-0 all the way. We're at the 18s now. Brent has had no problem just following to close. He's got to get a big one here, though, and doesn't do so. And now we might see it change a little bit.
Well, I think they're both kind of struggling here a little bit. It's definitely apparent. I think they're wanting to hit a little bit more than they are right now. But we're like we said in this last week, it's just a roller coaster ride. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, and you're gonna have their turns here and there in this match. That's what makes it interesting and makes it fun.
Yeah, and you'll probably see another one in about 2 minutes. Brent just a little bit off this leg, we're starting to see these averages drop into the 3s and 2s a little bit. Almost like they've worn off the adrenaline of the start of this match, and they're now kind of settling in, which is okay. As long as both of them do that, it's going to be a heck of a battle. But you got to be careful of one of these guys keeping that adrenaline going. And if I'm looking at the demeanor of people, Brent has the ability to keep the adrenaline going, as he is right here. Threw that last dart real quick. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. He certainly did. He got rid of it real quick. Melinda says she loves him. Jay comes in and says he just needs to disappear.
That's great. You know what I'm loving? I'm seeing this chat, and I see a lot of people going for Mr. Brent Baker.
Yeah, it looks like it. Let's see where the Phoenix people are in the chat. Give us some love if you're hanging out with bullshooters down there. Let us know who you're going for, and let us know where you're tuning in from if you haven't.
We're seeing some scrappiness here in this leg, but there's going to be some scrappy legs. It's about what you do in these moments that really are going to make the difference. And Mike stays nice and steady throughout the course of his entire turn, and it's good to see that. And we're almost seeing opposites here. Brent seems very energetic, he's a quick thrower. He has a lot of support behind him. You can tell that's going on too. And on the reverse, you're looking down in the camera there on the screen at the bullshooter, and there doesn't seem to be as many people there watching Mike. And he's just staying nice and calm, his demeanor nice and calm.
I think there's a couple people watching. I think they're just the camera angle doesn't show as much. Maybe there's just a league going on around him. But if you look in the game screen, you can definitely tell there's 3 or 4 people there watching the background. I think there's some on the other side. So looks like Brent's got a little crowd buzzing around now too. They weren't there earlier.
Nope. And that's also been a cool moment or a cool thing for us to see all the support. Now you're starting to see the support a little bit behind Mike as the camera gets moved around a little bit for us to see that.
Hey, good camera work there from the young man, Nick Deshera.
Man, you got the pronunciation right.
Darachi, man.
Good old Darachi.
He looks panicked back there,
like did he actually get to move it back the right way? But Mike takes it out there, 3-4-3 at the end of it. So we've seen some scrappy stuff, but it always seems the averages are going up here at the end of the legs. 3-2 battle in this race to 9 format of the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. And tonight, A to Z Darts is giving away a $15 gift certificate and at their online store, a-zdarts.com. So all you have to do is leave a comment, who you cheering for, where you tuning in from, how do you feel about Nick's ball or shaved head. Let us all know, how you're feeling about all that. And hit the like button. You do both of those, you're entered into this bad boy.
I will be making a call to Nick later on, making sure he's all right.
We got the thumbs up.
Look at this. We're averaging some good stuff here in the start of this one. So you can keep it rolling here. And remember, we do have a break after leg 7. We'll hear some quick interviews from these 2 gentlemen. Find out a little background information.
Yeah, that's been something that's been a great addition to the CSC series this time around. The interviews are concise. They're really well done. Nick did a great job last time too. This time around, he's asking great questions. You can tell he's got another season of it, and they're fantastic. You guys are going to hear from both these players. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Catching up on his beauty sleeping. making sure of it before those interviews. You can tell.
He's showering beforehand. He's told me.
Hey, no, he does a great job, and it takes a lot of effort. Not only to do the production work, because you got to tap into all these cameras, and things may not be going right. You have to reach out to those bars and say, hey, can you do this for me? And then you got to guess on what may be wrong because you're not there in person. Maybe you got to go through a phone call or something to find out. But it takes a lot of work to put on a production. I would know. I think you
Yes.
would know as well.
Yes. There's a lot that goes into it, and I can only imagine having to do it all remotely, like Nick does. So
It gets
hats
stressful.
off to him for that. And look at this. The averages are going up, and the back and forth battle is staying the same, though, as we've seen some shifts already in this leg. These guys, this is going to be a fun battle. I can tell right now.
Look at this one. Chris Hunter, 6. Tito Martinez, 1 so far. So Tito Martinez wants to stand and continue on in the CSC Challenger Series. He's going to have to really kick it in gear here against Christopher Hunter.
Yeah, and it worries me, that score line for Tito. And the reason why is because Chris has the 3rd highest average right now in Division 2 of the CSC. So if he's already up 6-1 and those are his averages, it's going to be hard-pressed for Tito to get back in this.
Certainly will, as it looks like Mike Redmond's in a good little spot here, 4.80.
Yeah, he's just stayed nice and steady. And look at him. He stepped back there, readjusted. He wants to make sure that he is shooting at what he feels comfortable shooting at right there. Gets rid of the 19s. Now he's going to step back again, almost get tripped up by the lady with the knee brace. Hope she's doing okay.
Did the young Nick DeShare want to say something behind us here? Or kick it in?
I had something I was going to say a while ago, but then everything broke on my ends. And now
Whoa.
we're back to the stream. I was going to say that it was the stress of running a remote broadcast that actually caused my hair to go away, not a haircut. That was the joke I had lined up earlier, but it's kind of like late for that now. So anyways, Young Bucks out.
Well, there we go.
Oh, man, what a great... That whole thing that you just created, the Young Buck, it's better than the Joe Buck. Than a Joe Buck should be the catchphrase for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Gotta tell you, you reminded me of a young Joe last week. It was spectacular.
Was it? It was good stuff?
Yeah, it was good stuff. I gotta tell you. No, it was thoroughly entertaining last week. Thanks for filling in, Nick. I know that was definitely hard on you to try to keep up with the scoreboard and keep up with the back and forth action. But yeah, kudos.
It was just one way.
Oh, I know it was one way. Don't worry. I know that one.
I don't want to give him too much credit here. He did not have to hit that button every couple of seconds like normal.
How about this, though? 7 mark there for Mike.
You know what? That was the first time I've seen one of these players kind of keep control in the leg. Like do something to keep control instead of letting their opponent regain control every time.
Yes, exactly. We're up to 255 viewers currently. Let's see if we can make it up to 300 before we hit our break point. Come on, people, give it a share. Let your friends know the PPD is live right now with CSC Challenger Series Division number 2 action between Mike Redmond and Brent Baker. William Stewart here of USA Darts, joined by the man, Mr. Sean Green of To The Point Streaming, and young Buck, Mr. Nick DeShare in the background.
Good old Dirachi saves the day again. And Mike Redmond taking control of this leg, about to tie it up 3-3 here in just a second. Brent, all he can do is practice his bowls pretty much and wait for the next leg. We are going to go to a break after our next leg number 7. And if this is your first time watching our stream, leg number 7 and leg number 8 are notoriously fantastic legs of darts. Some of the best legs of the evening happen right now and right after the break. So what does that mean for you, our viewer? You better stay with us during the break. Hear from our great players, Get a little ad in there from A to Z Darts.com, who are doing a $15 gift certificate giveaway tonight. If you leave something in the chat, hit the like button for us. But good stuff coming. I'm telling you, watch this. just sit back and watch.
We're not really messing around either. I mean, we're 45 minutes in here. Decent little pace.
Yeah, they're going pretty rapidly through this, actually, for how close these legs have been too.
See what Brent does here. Point all day, try to grab a triple here. Not able to, just the 20. So if Redmond can put in a big triple here, does he go up top?
I think that he does. I think he takes one stab at it. Luckily, we don't have to figure that out and him prove me wrong.
Yeah, big triple with the last 5 mark there for Mike Redmond. Phoenix David currently sitting at a 3.86 with 4.9 marks and 24.7 marks. That was going into this match.
We did have we've had 2 9 marks tonight, 2 or 3 actually already, between the 2 players, and I believe combined they had 5 going into this. So, interesting stuff. These guys definitely have turned it up for this match, both in fireworks and in how scrappy they're both being right now.
That's the thing. Once you get into this loser side of things, okay?
And we just talked
You're fighting.
about it.
You're fighting. Look at this. Go ahead.
Boom goes the dynamite, Brent Baker. Now, tell me what you mean. You said going to the loser side.
Hey, well, I was just saying, going to the loser side of things, I mean, you're going to be fighting for everything you got. You want to stay in there. You're going to be getting those scrappy darts. I think you're going to see those averages kind of uptick here.
Look at this. I told you this leg is notoriously a fantastic leg of darts. It's 3-3. These guys want that good feeling of going into the break with the lead.
Abby Spot tuning in. It's another friendly face I saw this weekend.
Nice.
Thanks for doing that. Let's see if he can take advantage here. Yep, big triple there. Over to the 15s. Nice little 6 mark.
Yeah, he gets it done right there. And as scrappy and as close as these legs have been, it's always been, they've closed really well, both players. And this 5.0 might stay with Brent through these 3 darts here. Seen him do this twice already. Bullseye, bullseye, bullseye.
There's a double.
And he keeps that average pretty much going. Gives a little toot to the horn. 4.95 as he thumbs up the break. Will, over to you.
Yeah, that's a tasty little average there. To, like you said, our 7th and our 8th legs are really, really nice ones here. And our 8th leg is coming up after these interviews. Check out a little word from our players here and young buck Nick Teixeira. We'll be right back with some more action from the CSC Challenger Series. William Stewart here of USA Darts Productions, joined by Mr. Sean Green of To The Point Streaming.
Boom goes the dynamite.
My name's Mike Redmond, playing out of Bullshooters Bar and Grill in Phoenix, Arizona, and I play for Troy Vending.
Well, Mike, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on CSC Challenger Series Division 2. Your match this evening against Brent Baker should be a good one. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm excited to be on the stream. I'm excited to play against Brett. We've been talking and chopping it up the last couple days, so pretty excited.
You've had some tough matches. You had some wins under your belt too. Has the bracket been kind of tough, or how's your mentality been approaching these matches?
Yeah, it's man, oh man, this is probably the toughest singles tournament I've ever played in. Like, it's all these guys are so good, man. The bracket is so tough. I had a really, really tough week 1. I played really, really well, and Jim Tetterman was able to get the best of me. And last week I was down 5-0 and I was able to come back and win it in the tiebreaker. So it's been tough. It's been a roller coaster for sure.
What's your history with darts? How'd you get into playing the game?
Yeah, so it was kind of funny. I was actually a bowler. I actually bowled, and I was living in Michigan at the time. And a gentleman by the name of Rodney Renicky got me on, came in and said, "Hey, man, I need a beginner to play this beginner dart league with me." And that was it. It stuck with me, and I never went back. So I owe Rodney big on that one for sure. He got me into it. So.
Now with your tournament, you're now went from the beginner league with Rodney to now playing a tournament with thousands of dollars on the line. If you make it to the very end here, what would you do with the prize money?
Oh man, I don't even know. I haven't even thought about it. I got to be honest. I just try and take it one match at a time. I don't really want to get ahead of myself, and it'd be cool. It'd be a cool thing to win, but you know how it is.
With that being said, Mike, is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody watching?
No, just my buddy Chris Watson is playing Division II tonight as well. We play at the same bar together. I hope go get him, Chris, man. I hope he gets it done tonight. My buddy Mike Carter plays in Division I. He's coming off a tough match against Kenny Doyle last week, so I hope he rebounds. And then just to my wife, I appreciate you so much for allowing me to do these types of things and taking care of our 3-year-old and making sure that things go well at the house so I can do this. I love you very much.
Well, that's Mike Redmond, everybody. CSC Challenger Series Division II. We wish you the best of luck.
My name's Mike Redmond, and you are watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Brent Baker, and I play for Playmore Coin Operations out of South 94 Bistro in St. Peters, Missouri.
Well, Brent, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on CSC Challenger Series Division II this evening. How are you feeling about tonight's match?
I'm ready to go. Of course, I'm a little bit anxious knowing I'm going to be playing on the live stream and everybody's going to be watching, but I think I'll be ready to go. It should be a good matchup. I've known my opponent for a while, so watched him play, but I think both him and I will be ready to go and put on a good show for everybody.
Now, to the people that don't know you, Brent, can you tell me a little bit about your darting history? What got you into playing the game of darts?
Yeah, sure. I grew up in a little town called Hudson, Illinois. I first started playing in a bar called Pub 2 in Normal. It's a little college bar, and I first started playing, bar darts back in the day, and I realized it was something I enjoyed doing, so I continued on with it. And as I found some friends of mine up there, I really enjoyed it. Started darting some darts of my own, and continued playing more competitively. Started joining some leagues, and then I moved. I moved from there. A job took me here to the St. Louis area, and then from then on, I joined and grabbed into what I do now call my dart family here. Joined in at the South 94 Bistro, and then began grabbing in a great group of people and began traveling all over the country and playing, and got more and more competitive and realized the more I played, the better I started getting. And the group of people I joined up with, we truly became a family. And the more and more we all started to play, the better and better we got and realized our capabilities. And not only playing soft tip, I started playing the steel tip game, and it's only made my game and others around me better and better. So I've really enjoyed it. The people I've met, the travels I've accomplished, and the people that I have met in this dart game have just really made my life a great experience.
Well, Brent, is there anything you want to say to your fans, friends, family, or anybody else that's going to be watching along this evening?
No, I'd like to say thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody along the way who has allowed for me to get in this position. I've got some great friends all around this country. I just want to, thank everyone that has played with me, allowed me to stay with them, whether it be, whatever state I'm at, in or who has played with me, when and where. But I just want to thank everybody that has been so nice to me along this way and allowed me to enjoy my journey in this great sport called darts.
Lovely to hear. That's Brent Baker, everybody, and we wish you the best luck in your match this evening.
My name is Brent Baker, and you are watching this CSC Challenger Series.
Are back at it again, folks, for our CSC Challenger Series Division number 2 here. Brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. We got Brent Baker versus Mike Redmond, a 4-3 match here. William Stewart of USA Darts Productions alongside me is Mr. Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. In the background is Mr. Young Buck, Joe Buck, Nick DeShera.
Buddy, it is good to be back here after the break. We had quite the doozy of a break for us. Just good times all around every time we hang out. But
yeah, once this mic kicks off, we just have some fun and have a good laugh or two, and that's usually what we try to do here is usually make one of us giggle or two.
That's our whole goal. Our whole goal is if we make each other laugh, then we're at least funny to someone.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you know, I'm just a teacher. Acting like a play-by-play commentator, acting like a comedian. You know, we'll see what happens. Brent Baker with a 4-3 lead, brother.
Yeah, and, you know, anything can happen here, though. I think this one's going to get just dicier and dicier, as you said. Our 7th and our 8th legs are really when things can kind of get crazy. As we saw a 4.95 from Brent Baker going into the break. What can we see here?
Well, that's a good start. I'm surprised by the move to close the 20s. Are you?
Yeah. I think Brent making some gutsy moves to start this one off. Maybe he's just thinking, hey, I'm going to go ahead and win this leg, or try to, no matter what it costs me. With
Yeah, so
Mike starting it off, too, so...
Do you do 19s here first, then? Yeah, he is.
Oh, my goodness. I do not like that at all, though.
This is
myself.
interesting. I'm just going to watch. This is great.
I don't like the follow. I think you can get away with it one time, but... Ugh.
When someone's giving you a chance to play offense, you don't fumble that ball. You play offense.
As we see Mike Redmond go to work on the offensive. Yeah, especially it just takes one round like that, and then you kind of put yourself in the hole. As he puts himself in a big hole with that dart. My goodness.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see there, shooting at the trip 18 on the first dart, but he still found it on dart 3. That's kind of an impressive last dart.
Yeah, here we're kind of apologize for this one. We're working on our camera here at this location here at Bull Shooters. Just a little bit of fuzz, but it works for our view here tonight. We wanted to make sure we at least took advantage of Mike's point of view. We could see his beautiful face there on our overhead view when we switch on over to the Bull Shooter view in Phoenix, Arizona.
And there you go. Brent's going to do Brent things, and every time these guys just tend to throw a round that gets them right back in the leg. They can look like dead in the water for so long and then just right back into it with a 7 mark out of nowhere. Interesting look there from Mike on dart number 3. Went for the trip 16, missed it, and now here you go. Brent ready to just take control of the leg here. Not quite enough.
Yeah, you got to think. Mike's still got the 17s, and he can be a handle here if he wants to. And look at that big triple starter. He goes over to the 16s with a second. Look at that. Why not? With a little bit of a lead, 9-point advantage, he's going to go ahead and close those out.
Yeah, but a 7 mark for Brent here takes back control.
Exactly. It's a dicey move, and look at this. He's going to take advantage of it.
Oh, boy. Hey, he let out I think that noise right there when he threw that third dart.
Whatever that noise was.
That was just a natural reaction to the dart, actually. I usually don't do that one.
I don't like that. I don't like that. He goes ahead and closes him out with a big old double at the last dart. Look at this. This is the kind of play we're talking about. Brent Baker looking to go up 5-3 in this race to 9 Division II match.
Yep, but anything can happen here, as we have seen already. These look at that. What a dart. What a dart. It puts pressure on Brent to hit 3, and Brent, to his credit, has hit the 3 every time.
Look at that.
Gets it done in 2.
Some claps from the crowd behind him here. A little love from 94 or South 94 Bistro in St. Peters, Missouri.
Yeah, and it's awesome to see that crowd behind them. And Mike's crowd's picking up behind him too, which you also love to see. And this is our largest lead of the CSC Division II match tonight. 5-3 lead here for Brent. Mike is in must-win mode almost right now.
Exactly. I mean, once you start getting to this, 6-7 mark on a score line, which could happen here quickly if Mike doesn't kick it in gear here. Now we're still really early in this match. Like we said, it's a race to 9, so Brent's 4 legs away here from a win. That's a lot of legs to get. So, anything can happen here. The tables could turn.
Yes, they could. And Lissandro Perez, I'll talk to you about it. Close early worked out that leg with a little shrug. And you know what? You're absolutely right. It happened to work out for him. It just, I think percentage-wise, it's not typically what you will see work out in a leg. Now, Brent was talented enough to get it back with some big darts at the end. And you'll never put that past him.
That Lizondo don't know anything. We'll just see him at NDA and tell him, no, I'm just kidding, Lizondo.
I am bigger than I sound.
Well, he's bigger than he sounds, trust me. He's a tall guy as well. Looking forward to seeing you this coming NDA here, Team Dart, buddy.
Yeah, now I am too. That's awesome. All right.
That's good.
Mike can actually just take care of the 18s here, I believe. Which Brent has options, I guess. Does he shoot at it? Do you shoot at it? No.
16s, yeah. Going to go ahead and open up that number. I like the play too. And then I honestly think with you, when you got 3 houses down, yeah, you got to take a pop at him eventually. But I'd almost like the little point there myself on that last dart. Why not go ahead?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Even throw a dagger at that 15.
Well, and I know what you're saying there. You're saying that because his next round up, he can close it with 3 darts. And you're absolutely right, because if he does point there and hit another trip 16, instead of the single 20 that he shot, he has a point lead.
Yep, exactly. And that's the tough thing with your opponent sitting with those 20s, those 19s, and those 17s open. And look at here, it ain't going to stop. Big old trip 19 over to the 16s is what he's going to look at now. Does he play the double? No, he goes to the triple just outside. A single does work, though. Puts him in a nice little spot, 60-point advantage.
Yeah, Brent's going to have to go to work here on the 16s again if he wants to stay in this one. But you can't put that past Brent to do. Yep, there's that last dart. I knew it was coming. But if I'm Mike here, I close the 16 first start and maybe even shoot at the 15s with that.
I like that. I like that play. Look at this. Saying, why would I do that?
He went 15s first. You see that? He did not close the 16, though, and now you're playing with fire.
That's the tough one, see? I like almost staying on the 15s there and just going ahead and add another one, and if you don't get it, go to the last dart on the 16s.
Yeah. That was Brent now with a point lead again. He did it a different way that time. He learned from that last round and decided that was the mistake. And I know he feels a lot more comfortable right now.
Exactly what he chose to do there. You could kind of see it in his eyes. He's like, I'm not going to let this get away for too long here. I want to go ahead and close that number out. I've got the advantage.
Yeah, that was a great move there. Brent on the 16s and 15s, I'm telling you, he likes those numbers. You can just tell, and it's a frustrating style of player to have going against because you know he's always going to be scrappy there at the end. Oh,
Yeah.
big double. Big double.
A little Mike Maloney action there.
And here comes Brent. How do you not love a guy like this who just refuses to lose a leg?
That's how you gotta be.
And now Mike missed the first dart at the bull, so now he has to point. And now this is a longer match, and Brent loves that type of thing. Oh, he went at it again. That is a gutsy dart. He missed it.
Dart. Here we go. Advantage, Mr. Brent Baker. Can he?
Not winning darts.
Yeah, exactly. Not winning darts, but he's in a good position here.
He went all bulls too. He didn't even try to close out one of the leg. I love it because he knows that if Mike does not get the point lead here, he has winning darts. That's a brilliant move.
Indeed.
Wow, and it's worked. The pressure has worked to perfection for Brent Baker. And now all he has to do is go single, single, trip. There's a big dart right here. Oh, he missed it. Mike still has a little bit of life. I told you guys, the ninth leg, I guess now, but it's a great leg.
Yeah, it's still a doozy here. It's nitty-gritty darts here at the very end of this one.
He's a trip.
Can he possibly hit this big one? Oh, he drops his dart too. That's difficult. That's difficult. He does take a nice little step back, takes a breather, steps to the line. I like that move, but does it hurt him? Does that big? Yes, it does kind of because he only hits that single and he needs a lot more.
Brent just won this leg in the most ridiculous fashion if he hits 217s. Wow.
That may play in the mind of Mike Redmond here.
I can't imagine it not doing that. Mike had that in hand, and the scrappiness from Brent there was everything, and it put enough pressure on Mike. Crazy!
If you look at the last two legs, it's the same way. I mean, Mike kind of had the advantage with the start and the big numbers, and Brent took a couple of gutsy close, and he still had the advantage. But then Brent took it to him on those smaller numbers on the back end.
I mean, wow! And this is the exact opposite of what you would expect this leg to start off with. Mike goes up there and trips the 20s, and Brent goes up there and washes it.
Folks, we got a dole out in the comments section. Let's get some chats in here. Let's see what you guys are thinking at home. Get entered to win our giveaway tonight from A2ZDarts.com, a $15 gift certificate to the website. Don't forget their $45 purchase. You get free shipping as well. So nice little advantage for shopping at A2Z Darts. Having the largest selection and variety of dart supplies in the country, A2Z Darts' #1 priority. They have dedicated multiple decades to seeking out every new manufacturer and attempt to carry anything and everything you might need to improve your game. Have a friendly reminder to take advantage of the filter options to sort through all the products and categories found at A-ZDarts.com. They got everything shot, target, windmill, red dragon, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
I figured that was the best call there.
Should we go King of the Hill here? I was waiting for Nick to get him. He probably doesn't even know what King of the Hill is, the young man.
Peggy, I swear to God, you gotta get off that TikTok right there.
I think that sounded worse than you think.
Oh,
That sounded worse than you think.
that sounded terrible.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Mike here in complete
Terrible.
control of this leg. Look at this. He went trip 16 first start. Now he's going to go close the 18 with his last start here. Just beautifully done. I mean, talk about an absolute crazy change of events here in one leg. It was all the momentum Brent after scrapping his way to a leg victory that should never happen in darts. And then Mike comes right back out firing. Absolute fire at the dartboard.
Yeah, he's throwing some heat here while Brent just fell out of form here. I mean, I fully expect that does happen, but I don't think it happens like this. And he's going to have to catch fire again here quickly because one or two more rounds like that can play in your mind.
Yeah, and I swear, if Brent somehow figures out how to win this leg, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna sign off. I'll be done tonight. I'm taking off the headset, and I will have seen it all, and I'll be fine.
I think you folks at home will just have to enjoy no commentary or Mr. Young Nick this evening if that does happen. But
I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I just wanted to shout out Ryan Crawley in the comments there. He gave us an update. Daryl Cortez wins over Corey Jensen, meaning our King Seat match is decided for Division 2. Larry Keith versus Daryl Cortez.
2 averages in Division 2. So even though the averages don't tell the whole story, they do tell a story.
There we go. Looking forward to that King of the Hill match there. In the CSC Division 2 lineup.
Speaking of King Seat matches, we do have a Division 1 finalist, or King Seat participant, right? Mr. Leonard Gates did defeat his opponent. And I think Kenny has not played yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think Kenny and Jordan are playing here soon. I believe Jordan Meyer working up quite the affair. I think he's playing the 28th, if I recall. Yeah, the 28th, if I remember right, is when he said on Facebook. So
there you go.
Kudos to Will for paying attention, unlike y'all for our matchup Monday night. Oh, who we got here? You know, like I wasn't gonna let that one go. Mistaken.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, we have reached this turning point, guys.
My apologies, fellas. All righty, let's get back into this match here. 60-38 here. Big close there right away from Brent, right up to the top to try to get them points and close out a number or open up another number with them 18s.
Yes, Sean, it should be. It is 6-4 in the scoreline. Sorry.
Oh, no, you are fine. You are fine keeping him going. I think he was just a little bit slower getting to that button, but yeah, he was clicking it right as you guys are saying that.
Yep. I saw it too. But I wanted to make sure that, you know, sometimes our chat is correct about the scoreline, even though most of the time they're questioning the actual scoreline of how it is, and we didn't have to say anything. We haven't had to say that yet tonight. It's been great.
Hey, I did it this weekend. I had a nice little scoreboard to my setup here for the Booyah Cup, and I got to tell you, that is a tough task sometimes when you're trying to do production, trying to do commentary, trying to do some switches, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, by the way, oops, they got a leg. You got to add that to the scoreline.
It's like the last thing on your mind every time.
There's a lot of stuff that flows there, and every once in a while, yeah, you just forget what's going on.
Jay is doing his best Joe Buck impersonation here in the chat.
I'm digging it. I'll keep
Wonderful.
watching it. I keep watching it.
See that from Mike? He hit the trip on the first start, steps back here. Now he's going to probably look at the single 20s. Yeah, he gets that done. He's going to step back again. A little nod there. I like that. Giving himself some affirmation as he goes back to the trips, I believe. Obviously, the trip 18.
Well, watch it here. I think if he gets this leg, this is a complete new ball game here because makes this one ever so close here after being down 6-3. Mike Redmond would be down at 6-5, and the table can turn really quickly here. The turntables, as you say from The Office, correct?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you know. I guess.
Sorry, I did not hear a word you said.
Hello for earphones, everybody.
So anyway, yes, absolutely. You are dead on spot accurate. And what I was thinking in my whole mind the whole entire time you were speaking is that it's way too close of a match, and Brent is on 16s and 15s and bulls. This does not look good for Mike, which is crazy to say.
You got to think that way because the way Brent's been playing on this. But I think you see a
big dart.
Look at it. Yeah, you look at the close here on the 16s is what I think. But no, he was going over.
Oh,
no, exactly. I couldn't tell by the way his eyes moved. I was like, did he move over to the 16s or did he stay right there?
He tried it. And here comes Brent.
You really can't blame Mike for doing so because this is exactly what Brent does on the 16s and 15s. You got to take those early looks when you can if you're Mike.
These 7 marks on the 16s and 15s from Brent are just killer. They are killer. They're killer for the soul of a darter is what they are.
Here we go. Wow.
There it is. The Brent Baker School of Darts is perfect again.
That old got him.
Look at this.
Exactly where you want him to go. Look at that. Yep.
He even kill shot the second dart with the trip 16.
My Lord.
This is an absolute clinic on how to finish legs with the 16s, 15s, and bulls. And this is nothing against Mike. And I want to make that perfectly clear. Mike is not doing anything wrong at the end of these legs. Brent is just doing ridiculous things at the end of these legs.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said, we've mentioned this before. We can chat strategy all night long, but it's to each their own. I mean, everybody has their numbers that they would rather go for over other ones, and maybe they think there's a smarter play in certain circumstances. But all our strategic moves are our own plays, you know. So as we see Brent Baker get another one here and make this 7-4, big round of applause from the crowd. That was a dicey one because it looked like it was all in Mike's hands.
Yeah, and that's been kind of the story of tonight is Mike has the advantage going to the 16s, 15s, and bulls, and then Brent, the Bulldog Baker, just bulldogs his way to a victory somehow. It's crazy.
Let's see what Brent does here. Does he go 19s? Does he go 20s? We see him go for the classic close on the 20s here.
20s.
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think he questions it on dart 3 either. Yep. Missed it, but he stuck to his guns there.
Just converting a single. To me, I just don't know. See, that's to me, it's like, tough look.
Well, it's always tough when you miss. And Mike right now doing this is how it starts. This is how we have seen these legs start all night long. Brent starts off slow. Mike takes an early advantage. Brent decides, I guess I'll play now with the 16s, 15s, and bullseyes left, and then it's a close match some way or another by the end of this.
I mean, it's an easy game, I tell you.
That was a really good try. Yeah, this one might be a little bit out of reach, but I just don't put it past him. Yep. There we go.
And we're off to the races. Let's see what Mike can do here. If I'm Mike, I just point it up right here. Just obliterate the 20 is what I do.
Oh boy. Buckle up.
Hang on to your seats because he's gonna just unload on those.
Yep. He didn't even look anywhere else, didn't think about looking anywhere else. And it's because Mike has 4 wedges. Mike's going to close. Every time, Mike's going to close there. So Brent needs to get as many points as he possibly could on the 16s, and he did that. Now, Mike is going to try to get that point lead back a little bit. No, he kills the 15s. That's a beautiful dart. I love that move all day. Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, he has a strategic advantage with the four houses open. Now he's got a 5th. So it's like, why not go ahead and take that play? To me, I would have like I said earlier, I would have just a little bit ago, I would have went ahead and stayed up top instead of taking a look at the 16 just because I knew he was going to go ahead and attack those 16s there and come out heftily with them, but he's going to make him hurt here. Look at this, big trip 20. Looking for another.
No, he's looking at the bullseye. That's why he moved over. Yep.
Oh yeah.
He looked at that double bull there. That's a bold move. But in that situation, it's perfectly logical. You got 5 wedges.
Let's see what he gets here. Does he go right at same move. Big double, and now he's gonna win it.
Nope, not yet. Brent's smiling. That's not good.
That's not much.
5 darts.
Yeah, I would say he needs some extra darts to make this one count and to win this one. So advantage Mike, but still a nice little 7 mark there.
That's pretty cool. Now Mike just needs to hit one of these numbers. There it is, and Mike takes out the leg. 7-5. He stays with it. No player advantage yet, though. So Brent back with the start.
Let's see how Brent starts this one off here.
Jay is cracking me up in the chat, bud.
Yeah, he's unloading here, having some fun, and just like us here every Monday and Wednesday night on the CSC Challenger Series. Gotta love it.
Yeah, that is the sultry voice of Mr. William Stewart of USA Darts. And I'm just the guy, Mr. Sean Green, of To The Point Streaming.
I think you're going to be hearing a lot more from Mr. Sean Green here in the near future.
Well, listen. But yes, in a couple weeks, I will be in Las Vegas, Nevada for NDA with Mr. William Stewart of USA Darts. It's going to be a great time, man. I cannot wait.
Yeah, looking forward to bringing you guys some action. We had some good numbers last year for that event, and looking forward to some more good ones this year. So definitely tune in. We'll have our live streaming schedule posted here in the near future here before we get off on the jet plane to Vegas.
I'll be running the meet and greet booth for you guys, actually. So anybody that wants to do a meet and greet with you, they hand me $5. I'll hand them some of your autographed merchandise, quick little picture.
That means you got to be there, Nick.
Yeah. Listen, if that was actually a thing, if you let me run the meet and greet booth, maybe we'll talk.
You wouldn't have anything to do the entire time. It'd be weird.
Oh, that's funny. Speaking of though, yeah, if you are happening to go to NDA Team Dart this year at the Westgate Casino, stop on by the live streaming area. It's going to be in the back. I believe it's in the back right corner area. So yeah, just stop back in there, say hello.
Yes, and Will is only charging $5 per autograph.
yeah. Like I said earlier, that piece of paper will become trash real quick once I even dot an I on that one.
Well, at least your first letter is good. Just put the W.
Look at this. Looking for a big close in the 16s. Got it. Nice 4 mark there on that one. 7 mark overall. And he's got a 100-point lead.
Yeah, and Brent's now in his wheelhouse, so this leg is most likely going to go Brent's direction, which would make it 8-5 and would force Mike to win 4 on this trot to stay in the CSC Challenger Series Division 2. And again, he's not thrown poorly at all. Brent has just been doing the right thing at the right time all match long. And the support behind him is incredible too.
Yeah, give him a clap there. And that one looks like he's going to win this leg. And we got a little news from Facebook here as Lorraine and Tito Martinez comment on there saying, great shooting, Chris. I couldn't find my game. Had fun. So it looks like Chris Hunter came out on top over Mr. Tito Martinez. We see a little fist pump there from Brent Baker with a 4.35.
That's a big round of darts right there. And it sets up Mike's going to have to do some damage. And unfortunately, he does not at any point get the player advantage. He goes first just this leg, and then he will have to win 2 against the throw before the last leg decider. That's a tall task, but we've seen crazier things here in the CSC Challenger Series Division 2. See what Brent can do here to get started. You really don't want to give Mike a lot of hope, and he just did that. Decides to repay the favor.
See if he can collect on a big 20 here. No, just a single. Just a subtle advantage here, but let's see what Brent goes. Does he go ahead and just take 1 mark here to close? Right at the 19s. Good move. Right at the 19s. Oh, but there it is. Goes ahead and takes that 1.
I'm tempted to do it every time, man. And it's not the right move. You should get just all points there, honestly, to make your opponent do something. But it's just so tempting. You're only down 20 points. And if you hit that trip 19 on the 3rd dart, you're still good. It's tough. And if you just do this, it doesn't matter.
Brent Baker looking to storm into the next round here right now with this big dart.
I love it.
I got lost there as we saw some little screen switches there. I was like, whoa, what's going on in the background here? No. Oh my goodness. I was so concerned there for a second.
I was really excited to see that flash up on the screen. Gosh darn it. I was staring down at my phone for at least 15 seconds waiting for it. Mike gets a 1-point lead here, but Brent in control to close out this match. Has just played phenomenally. Look at a 4.75 going in this leg. And gets the close. Does exactly what he needed to do there. Mike has to go for it, right?
He needs everything he can. I think he's got to go all bulls here.
Okay. See, I'm fine with that move too, obviously. But I don't know. Get the 7 mark to have the 1-point lead, and it's now 4 for Brent needed. I think it just puts a little bit more pressure on Brent than that does. Now, you still got to hit it, of course, but... There's 1 from Mike. A little wide on the second one. And unfortunately drops into the 19 on the 3rd. So Brent the Bulldog Baker.
See, quite the crowd there, too. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I bet that is a wife or girlfriend. What do you think there? Do you see that?
Yeah, that's somebody.
That was awesome. That is a lot of passion right there in that reaction.
Look at this. Look at that.
There
Look
she
at that. Look.
is.
Getting down to the nitty gritty here. Needing just that
There it
one
is.
big dart. Wow. Look at
And
the love
look
there
at that's
from.
amazing. Wow.
You can't do nothing but just sit there and watch that one. It's Brent Baker's point of view there, and South 94 Bistro in St. Peters, Missouri. Good stuff indeed. Great. Congrats to Brent Baker, and kudos to all those people sitting there watching him too. That's awesome stuff.
That was super cool. Great job to our producer, Mr. Nick DeShera, for that. Sometimes I give you a hard time, but that was well done, sir. Great support. Brent Baker battled hard that entire match and gets the job done. We'll play Travis Wallace next week.
That's going to be an entertaining one. It's going to be a dicey finish here to this Division 2, as we see people wanting to advance on and continue their performance here for some big money in the finals, man. I got to tell you, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes, and that's a lot of shoes we're talking for that first place finish.
Yeah, you're talking Division 1 is $4,500. Division 2 is $2,500. That's boy. That'll buy you a lot of shoes, so to speak.
Yeah, that'll buy you certainly a lot, or one big nice pair of shoes these days, because we all know that that's just a ridiculous affair. Some of those hobbies that we've got going on with Pokemon cards and shoes and everything else we got going, and even darts these days. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. Well, it was definitely an entertaining one between Brent Baker and Mike Redmond there. What do you say?
I just want you to keep talking.
Hey.
What other type of hobbies do you collect?
I don't know. Whatever they're collecting these days, these kiddos. Nick, what you collecting these days?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to collect rubber ducks and bouncy balls. My mom made me get rid of them because I kept them in my room till I was 18. I now collect, if you actually don't have my camera on the stream, but I have my pin collection over here of wearable pins. I have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Magic the Gathering cards and darts.
Hey.
Right. Guys.
Now we know the life story of Nick DeShera.
I was born in small town Columbus, Ohio in August 3rd, 1998 at 12:05.
1998, my lord. What's your social security number?
I was 11 years old.
Oh, that's great. That is great. Well, we hope you enjoyed the fun here on this Wednesday night. It's been nice to get back into things here with the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. As always, William Stewart here alongside Mr. Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. Nick in the background, as always, pushing the buttons and entertaining us with a little input here and there. It was definitely, I like that little side of things, and doing some good work in the production area tonight.
Yeah, that was awesome, guys. What else can we do? But we'll be back Monday for another edition. Division 1's heating up. CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. Will, take us on home, buddy.
Hey, I got to tell you, yeah, it's definitely been a fun one. I'm excited to see who we've got here on Monday night. I'm not going to attempt it because we knew what happened last time we tried to attempt the old finish and who was going to be coming up next. We'll just leave it to the professionals and put out that flyer when we know. So appreciate you guys joining us, from all of us at the Partners Promoting Darts page. Take care. We'll see you Monday night for more CSC Challenger Series action.
Have a good one, guys.
Just because he wanted one, Mr. J will give you a shout out too.